have been upgraded and strengthened to cope with the increasing size of the vessel. Okay, so if you have to imagine, the ports need to be able to fit these big ships, in terms of they need to be deep, they need to be in deep enough water, and they also need to be long enough to be able to unload such a long ship. This is all in your textbook, by the way. So you can just take a few jot notes, but you don't need to copy it word for word. So basically the takeaway is they've had to make huge adjustments to cope with the size. Okay. So I'll just give you a few seconds to finish up your quick jot notes here. Okay, and we're going to move on to the next one. So we're going to talk about automation here and design. Okay, and again, you can just make just brief points on this. It's already in your textbook, but if you just want to have some in your notes, some key points here, you don't need to copy word for word, okay? So modern shipping depends on automation. This includes the use of computers to aid navigation, such as GPS. Mechanized loading and unloading. This has improved the safety, but reduced the number of crew required. So this has become more cost effective. The automation has become more cost effective. The design has also changed. Ship design has changed considerably. Older ships were made from steel and timber. Nowadays, they are made from aluminum and composite materials, which are much lighter and more durable. Latest designs are safer and enable ships to use less fuel and travel more quickly. So one cool thing about the timber ships, we saw that there was the shipping port in kind of the middle of Canada, and that's on a lake, actually. And that lake goes down a huge river, which then goes into the ocean eventually. So I've done a lot of scuba diving on that river, because there's loads of old shipwrecks, and the old shipwrecks are made out of timber, which lasts a long time. I mean, this is cold, fresh water, so it preserves the ship quite nicely. But the old timber ships last a long time in the water. Now, if you have like a steel, if you have an aluminum shipwreck, it's usually eaten away really quickly by the salt water. So that's some kind of cool, interesting stuff. The wood ships definitely preserve a lot longer in the water. Oh, sorry, I hope that was okay. So specialization. Ships are now built for a specialized purpose, designed to handle different types of cargoes. This has resulted in greater speed and cost efficiency. So we kind of talked about this before. Some are for planes, some are for bulk goods. They all have a different purpose, right? We talked about cruise ships for people. Big ships are designed for a specific purpose now. So that was a big change as well. Okay, containerization. We talked about this in one of our previous lessons. I would like you to think about what containerization means. And then I'd like you to write down the word containerization in your notes. And I would like you to try to write down 3 jot notes about what change containerization brought. So think back to the lesson where we watched that video, and I want you to think of 3 big changes that containerization has brought. So 3 points, and you can think for a moment, and then you can talk about it with your peers, and then write that down, okay? Whatever you can remember, just jot that down, okay?